Good morning and welcome to Wellington Airport. After flying in from Sydney the evening before, I'm currently in New Zealand's capital, which is located at the southern tip of the country's North Island. Today I'll be continuing on to New Zealand's largest city, Auckland, and we'll be flying the Jetstar of the Kiwi kind, with a leisurely and scenic 45-minute hop up to Auckland, which comes in at a distance of shy under 500 kilometres as the crow flies. It's currently just gone 9 a.m. here in the morning on a relatively busy Friday morning here at Windy Valley, and I have currently plenty of time to spare ahead of scheduled 11:25 departure. At Wellington Airport, there's one single check-in hall for all flights, including its limited international destinations, which are currently limited to Australia and Fiji. Check-in formalities for all Jetstar flights are completed at the far end of the terminal Level 2 check-in area with automated kiosks, making it easy and quick to get your bags tagged and boarding pass in hand. Already having been aware of severe fog issues having delayed my many flights into and out of Auckland early in the morning, I'm not surprised to learn after checking in that my flight has been delayed. Initially it was only by 20 minutes, however the departure time was pushed back even further as the morning went on. By the time we made it to the gate, it was looking like it's going to be around 1 hour late. Once on board, my expectations for a Jetstar flight are very well confirmed to be exactly what I would expect, with Jetstar back home for domestic flights operated by the Airbus A320. All of Jetstar's single-aisle Airbus A320 aircraft, which make up the vast majority of Jetstar Australia's domestic fleet, and all of their New Zealand flights has an all-economy cabin consisting of either 180 or 186 seats in a free configuration. Seat pitch can vary slightly between aircraft, but is generally either 29 or 30-inch seat pitch respectively, which is fairly standard fare for a budget carrier. Jetstar's rather sleek and uniform leather livery, however, is generally more than adequate for domestic flights, especially in New Zealand where they are usually under 1.5 hours. On this particular flight I was seated in 1A, which on the second variant of the A320 layout. As an exit row or exit legroom seat, it will set you back an extra $15 or otherwise can be secured with no extra costs when purchasing the Max bundle. Due to having a bulkhead in front of it did offer less legroom than the more spacious 180-seat Jetstar A320 layout on the same seats. On the flip side, the seat's legroom wasn't protruded by the door of the plane, and having a bulkhead provided an air barrier to embarking passengers during boarding. Luckily, I had the whole free row to myself for the entire flight. briefly hit cruising altitude, let me give you a rundown of how much I paid for this flight and what inclusions or bundles I chose to add with this flight. This flight was never actually on my radar, but was booked last minute as due to unforeseen series of events that delayed my flight from Perth to Auckland by several days. It cost me 154 New Zealand dollars, which is about $140 Australian or $90 US, which is part of Jetstar's most expensive flight bundle. This max bundle cost me an additional $60 over the most exclusive seat and 7 kilo carry-on starter fare. It essentially doubled the cost of the fare. The purpose of this fare, however, is that you're able to select any available seats, which includes exit row and extra legroom seats, which I was able to select 1A. You get a fully flexible fare where you can change your flight and time. Also included is a generous 30 kilo baggage allowance and an in-flight meal deal or snack and an impressive 1,200 Qantas frequent flyer miles. If you're a traveller who's likely to purchase 2 or more of these options separately, you're likely getting good value out of this bundle. If you purchase all these options and need the flexibility, you'd actually be saving money. There's no entertainment on Jetstar, but you don't really need it anyway for such short flights, especially if there's such stunning scenery to be had outside. On this flight we agreed to buy rugged coastlines of the North Island's west coast, the snow-capped mountains of the Central Highlands, such as Mount Rapu and the Tongariro National Park, and the lush farming lands on the approach to Auckland. Ultimately, for such a short flight, I couldn't really fault the crew. Even with such a short flight time and merely 15 minutes of cruising altitude, the crew were quick to greet me by name and point out immediately after takeoff that I was eligible for a $10 in-flight voucher with my Max bundle, which I was quickly able to exchange for a leisurely beer to enjoy for the quick flight up to Auckland. Aside from the crew, appeared efficient to serve those entitled to meals or vouchers first, and then efficiently did another service for those wishing to buy from the onboard menu. This morning's flight with Jetstar from Wellington to Auckland for me delivered on everything I'd expected in getting from point A to point B affordably with a minimum of fuss, maximum flexibility and all the inclusions you could like for a budget caravan. It was unfortunate about the delay, but that was outside of Jetstar's control. However, all the inclusions in the Max bundle I put to good use, and after I made several adjustments to my original flight times and dates, I definitely ended up saving money and recommended seriously paying extra if you could otherwise already purchase all the extras and think your plans can change last minute. I hope you've enjoyed today's Jetstar flight review. I would appreciate it if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel to keep updated with the many new and upcoming video reviews that I've planned for the coming weeks and months. You could also please visit my website located in the description below or at aussiejetsetter.com.au. There you'll find many more flight lounge reviews and destination travel guides, frequent flyer hacks, industry news and more. But until next time, thanks very much for watching today and safe travels wherever that might take you.